everyone, happy 2021. I am so glad you made it into this new and wonderful year. My name is Toluade and welcome to Manifest Hub, where we help young adults and young adult leaders build and cultivate and engage in young adults ministry. So it's been a while that we've seen each other. I am so glad you guys are back here again. Looking forward to 2021 to just, be there this year, be used by God this year, and just, do you know what? Enjoy this year. No matter what 2020 brought and left you with, I just want you to be hopeful. I want you to keep your spirits up. And you know what? At the end of the day, there's God, right? What are we going to do? So today we are going to actually be talking about something really interesting, and I think, cuts across a few of us. So I don't know how many of you noticed, but this past holiday seemed like there was like a memo that was passed around to like couples to just say, hey, you know what? This year the uniform or the attire is pajamas, like for their holiday cards and for their holiday photo shoots. So everywhere on social media it was just like couples or families in their pajama suits and just, taking pictures and looking all happy and wonderful and all of that. And you know what? It left some of us single people feeling like, oh my gosh, God, when am I going to be able to take my own photo like this? So if you're one of those people and you're just like, you were just looking at it, of course it's beautiful, it's lovely to look at, and you're just feeling the blues over the holidays, or you know what? You're just tired of the single life. This video is for you. Okay, so just a few things I just wanted to encourage you with today. I just figured, you know what? Being the first video of the year, it would be really, let's talk about something encouraging, right? So first things first, I want you to remember, if you're tired of a single life, or it feels like, when am I going to get into that wonderful relationship? When am I going to get married? When am I going to have my own family? I just want you to remember a few things, okay? So if there's nothing that you remember from this video, remember this first and very important thing, and that is divine timing, okay? Divine timing. What do I want you to remember about divine timing? So, the Bible talks about in Ecclesiastes 3:11 that God made everything beautiful in His own time, is what King James Version said, and all the other versions said something about He's made everything beautiful in its time, the timing of that thing, right? So, I want you to remember, for example, a good example of timing in the Bible is Elizabeth. So Elizabeth was John the Baptist's mother, and John the Baptist was the forerunner to announce the coming of Jesus Christ. He was the last prophet. And if you remember, Elizabeth did not have a child for the longest time. They were old before they heard from the angel that they were going to have a baby, right? And I just want you to remember something about timing there. God is a God of timing, right? Just because it seems like it's late, because everything around you is saying that you not being in a relationship or you not getting married is late right now, doesn't mean according to God's timing it's late. So if John the Baptist had come, 20 years sooner, it would not have been the forerunner for Jesus. And if he had come 20 years later, it would not have been the forerunner for Jesus. So it was really important that Elizabeth was destined to carry John the Baptist. She was destined to bring John the Baptist into this world to be the forerunner for Jesus Christ. So when you're remembering, or when it's feeling really tiring, I want you to always remember that God's timing is Him making everything beautiful in His time. And He always thinks about timing. He hasn't forgotten you. You're not late, although it might feel like it is right now, okay? Number 2, I want you to remember a really important thing, which is that the author of time is your Father. So I know this is more specifically for the ladies. A lot of times you hear people say, oh, your eggs start to dry up by the time you're 36 or something, or they start to reduce, or the older you get, the harder it is for you to have a baby, or maybe even for guys too, your sperm cells start to reduce the older you get, kind of thing. And I just, when you hear these news that can be really daunting and it can give you anxiety, I want you to remember that the author of time is your Father. Just remember that the person that created time, that we measure everything by, is my Father. So surely He can do something about it, and it's not going to be a problem when it's my own actual time to be in a relationship or to be in a marriage. Okay, so I just want you to always remember that, and just keep waiting on him even when you have anxiety and things like that. So now the final thing I want to leave you with, while you're remembering these two things, divine timing and God, your Father, is the author of time, what are you supposed to be doing? Like, what do you do to just kind of keep your mind off of, the tiredness? What do you do to keep your mind from not getting discouraged, right? So number one, I want you to appreciate and utilize the flexibility in your life right now. So a few things, like there are a few perks or advantages to being single or not married yet, right? One of that is like there's a little bit more flexibility in your life. You're only just really planning for yourself right now. You're not thinking about a child. You're not thinking about a husband or a wife or children. It's just really just you right now. So you can go for that PhD. You can take that job that requires you to move or that requires you to travel every week, right? Like, you don't have to consider anybody. So appreciate that. That is good. It's a good thing for you to like bask in. Number two thing I want you to focus on is that appreciate and utilize the time for growth. Okay, so this is the time for you to work on character flaws. The goal isn't to be perfect. Okay, it's to grow into maturity. So when you hear people say, grow or work on character flaws or something like that, it's not like, all the people that are married are like perfect. No, it's just you growing into maturity. Okay. And number three thing I want you to remember is to appreciate and utilize the time for self-discovery. So this is the time for you to really know who you are. This is the time for you to really understand yourself and be okay with it. Personally, I think if you're not quite sure about who you are, you have no business getting married. Again, that's my own personal opinion. Just because, I've seen in other people marriage like bring out things in them. So it's really important for you to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what your values are, what your values are not. So that way it's even easier for you to identify the right person for you or the right thing. It could be a job, it could be friendships, it could be just different things. Okay, so appreciate and utilize the time for self-discovery. Okay, one thing I also want to leave you with is when you know yourself, you're more decisive and you're more confident in who you are. Like, you don't feel the need to appease anybody. You don't feel the need to suck up to anybody because you're still just trying to figure it out. Okay, so when you're just kind of starting in your self-discovery or the self-discovery process or journey, you're just a little bit more confident. So I just want to leave you with those few things. Just wanted to encourage you. Keep just pursuing God. Keep just doing you. Like, do the things that you can do. And, when you get tired of, this season of your life, just go back to God. Talk to Him about it. We really downplayed the importance of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is our comforter. The Holy Spirit is our helper. So go to Him when you feel really down, on days where you feel really down, and talk to Him about it. Talk to Him about how you're feeling. He already knows how you're feeling anyways. So there's no reason or no need to like hide it from Him. So just be open and unashamed and just, naked before Him and just say, what, God, I'm feeling really lonely today, or I'm feeling really just whatever it is today. And He knows how to comfort us, and He knows how to encourage us, and He knows how to just bring the joy back into our lives. So I hope these things have been useful or like helpful for you. I'm really, really glad that you're back again. I'm so excited for what God has for us this year, and I look forward to seeing you in the next coming videos. Oh, before we leave, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's a new year, so subscribe to this channel where you're going to get really, really important and enlightening stuff to listen to, and also to just, renew your mind. Also, you might want to share this video to somebody, a fellow singleton, and just to like encourage them and just let them know, what, God has their back and He's watching over them. And that's about it. Until next time, see you later.